Crawley Town have had a shocking year of football, finishing 22nd in League 2 at the end of this season. But that doesn't sit right with me, so I'm going to step in. So I have become the new manager of Crawley Town, and by the end of this video, not only will I keep them in League 2, I will make them the best team in the world. But wait a minute, there's a little catch. No transfers, no free agents. I'm only allowed to use our youth academy and our scouting system. That's right, boys, I finally did it. So this is the starting 11 we've loaded into, and let's be honest, this team is absolutely terrible. For God's sake, they got a 56 rated goalkeeper in between the sticks. They would never survive in League 2. But none of this matters because I'm turning this entire team into a youth academy only squad, which obviously means I put every single player on the transfer list because honestly we don't need them in the team anymore. And because this is literally my 7th attempt at this, I've given myself 20 million to ensure I'm getting the best scouts I can possibly buy. Which means no offense Ryan Taylor, but you're gone. Instead I'm going for 5-star scout Jack Hurst, Finnish scout Justus Koivula, and Croatian Mikalo Boksic. And now that we've got our scouts, it's time to send them out to try and find us some talent. Now obviously I'm going to send one to England, and I'm going to send him there for 3 months to find us a physically strong player. As for Justus Koivula, I'm going to send him to Bulgaria to find someone technically gifted. And finally I'm sending our Croatian scout to Belgium to find an attacking minded player. So whilst they're doing their job, it's time to go to the youth academy to see who we've actually got to work with. And I'll be honest with you, there's no standout players. We've got Kovalenko, who's 54 rated at 17 years old, but realistically he's not that good. We will be putting every single one of them in the starting 11 though, so hopefully they do come good at some point. Now as for the formation, I'm not going to meddle with the formation until we actually start getting players into the team. Once I know what kind of players we're working with, then I'll decide what formation to work with. But until then, I've got to try my best to get rid of some of these players just to make room for the academy players. And to be fair, we're doing alright so far. A lot of offers are coming in, it's just a matter of getting them gone. And we finally have our first scout report back. Let's hope they brought back the goods. So this guy looks pretty good. Ibrahim Barrett has got a good potential, a decent overall, and he's only 16 years old. And the same applies to James Wilson and Max Bond as well. They're defo going into the academy. And Bulgaria have come in clutch as well with Filip Petrov. They've got Pascal Georgiev and also Grigor Nikolov as well. And all three scouts have come in clutch so far with Bastian Adam, also Mathis Jacobs, and also Gaspard Verstraete. Now for the first month, these bunch of players really aren't bad. Some standouts though is Mathis Jacobs from Belgium, you've got Ibrahim Barrett from England, and also Gaspard Verstraete from Belgium as well. And so far, after only 1 month, the team looks like this, and majority of the youth academy players are already in that starting 11. But hopefully as the season does progress, we will improve this team massively with the talent we bring in. The scouts have been out for 2 months now, so let's see who they found this time. The only one from England that's half decent is Jesse Marshall. He's got a terrible overall right now, but his potential's pretty sound. And there's 2 players from Bulgaria who are actually pretty decent, Blagov Nikolov and also Nathaniel Hristov. But this time Belgium have let us down, nobody decent from Belgium. And I've got to admit, these players really are not ready for that starting 11. We're defo going to have to send these guys out on loan. But month 3 in England's produced the goods with Harrison Perry. He's got a really good potential, and that overall's looking pretty good as well. And these 2 players from Bulgaria who look pretty solid as well, Mladen Georgiev and also Milan Stoyanov. But I've got to admit, Belgium's been a letdown. No real players I can bring into the side. Now a couple of these players look pretty decent. Harrison Perry's 56 rated, only 16 years old. And Milan Stoyanov's 58 rated, only 15 years old. Hopefully he turns out to be a beast. And also Georgiev is 51 rated and he is only 15 years old, so we just need to put these guys on the right development plan and hopefully they turn out good. And so far we have a starting 11 looking like this. For now I've gone for the 4-1-2-1-2. Why? Because we've got a Cam and a CDM who's a youth academy player. But right now I've got to admit, it isn't looking decent. So one thing we do need is a goalkeeper, so I'm sending Jack Hurst to Germany for that. And I'm sending our mate Justice to Spain to find somebody who's a playmaker. And I'm sending our Croatian scout to the Ivory Coast to find a physically strong player. Hopefully after 3 months of scouting in these countries, not only will we have filled the team with more youth academy players, but more quality youth academy players as well. And now scouts have given us their first month scout report, so let's see what they found. Okay, Germany's coming clutch with the keepers. We've got Emilio Janssen, we've got Sacha Muller, and we've got Matthias Winter. But the player I'm most excited about is Tom Young. His potential is ridiculous, as well as his overall, and he can go straight into the starting 11. And Spain's already given us 4 insane players with Jesus Bustos, Gregorio Palacios, and Ander Gonzalez, but the one I'm most happy about is Esteban Luna. His potential is ridiculous, and his overall is absolutely nuts. Well, so far the Ivory Coast has only given us Dayuda Kamara. He's 15 years old. He's got a pretty decent potential, but but his overall isn't there yet. And just look at some of these overalls in the academy now. Tom Young, 67 rated. Esteban Luna, 66 rated. Ander Gonzalez, 62 rated. And Jesus Bustos, 58 rated. They can all go into that starting 11. And this is how the team's looking after 4 months, and it is slowly starting to come together now. We just need a couple of really good defenders, and next season I think we'll definitely be competing for promotion. And Germany has given us a couple of more goalkeepers with Neil Schmidt, Dennis Schroeder, and also Ralph Kraft. The thing is, you can't be too careful with keepers. You need as many good goalkeepers as you can get from the academy. And Spain have delivered once again with Fabricio Alvarez, a good potential. He's only 15 years old, but I think with the right development plan, he'll turn into a beast. And we do have 3 players from the Ivory Coast who are pretty good. Frank Dembele, Patrice Sacco, and also Thierry Diabate. And these 2 players who can go into the starting 11 straight away, Patrice Sacco and also Frank Dembele. And now we've already got a full starting 11 full of youth academy players. Now it's just a case of finding better ones and just improving the team as much as possible now. But if you're still watching, consider dropping the video a like and hitting that subscribe button. We're on the road to 30k subs by the end of next month, so if you could help me out achieving that goal, that would be amazing. And Spain's given us 2 more ballers, Gregorio Hernandez and also Federico Miranda. And we've got 3 players from the Ivory Coast this time, Serge Diabate, we've got Jean Aduz Coffee, and also Ismail Sacco. And this is a little update on how the team's looking. I don't think I'm going to stick with this formation for much longer. Ideally, I want to switch to a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3. So that means we need to find either some CDMs or some box-to-box midfielders now. So this time I'm going to send Jacques to Italy to find us a playmaker. I'm sending our Finnish scout to Korea to find someone defensive-minded. And finally, I'm going to go to Argentina to find someone physically strong. I'll be real, I'm not too sure what any of those types of players are in terms of positions, but I'm hoping we find a couple of box-to-box midfielders, CDMs, and along the way some really good players. And in case any of you are wondering, we are 17th after 29 games, but quite honestly, I'm not fussed in the slightest how we do domestically or in the league this year. I just want to fill the team with youth academy players. Once we do that, next year we can certainly focus on doing well domestically and in the league. We've now got our first month scout reports from the new designated countries. Let's hope we get some ballers. Now there's 5 players in this scout report. 3 of them are good, but 2 of them are really good. Starting with Daniel Ferrari, we've got Luca Bruno, and we've also got Severo Romeo. But they weren't the good players. Nicholas Ferrari's got a market value of 3 million already. And to top it off, 17-year-old Leonardo Moretti's got a market value of 2.7 mil. We've hit the jackpot with Italy. We do have a couple of players from Korea, Horn Won An and also Tong Hyung Kwon. And we've got 2 ballers from Argentina as well, Joaquin Martinez and also Saul Ramos. And just look at these overalls, 69 rated Nicholas Ferrari, 67 rated Leonardo Moretti, and also 63 rated Joaquin Martinez. I defo think we're going to have to switch this formation just to suit these players. And this is an updated look in the team. We've gone for a 4-5-1 attacking variation. We've got 2 cams, 2 wingers, a centre midfielder. It just makes sense with the amount of quality we've got now. Attacking wise in this team, we are absolutely sound. We just need a box-to-box midfielder better than Romeo and better defenders now. Italy have let us down in the second month. No good players to bring into the squad. But Korea have given us 2 more very good players, Yoon Soo Tang and also Dong Sung Go. May I add, he's got a market value of 2 million as well. And honestly, Argentina's let me down this time. No real decent players. I feel like it was a mistake going for physically strong players from Argentina. And we finally got a good defender. Dong Sung Go is 63 rated. But here's the problem. We can't actually add any more players to the senior squad. And I've already released too many players, so I can't exactly release anybody. So for now, at least until the end of the season, we've got to just keep them in the youth academy. And for our final month in Italy, it's given us 2 ballers, Gianmarco Sasade and also Dario Fior. But for Korea's last month, they haven't given us any players we can put into the team. But Argentina have given us 4 potential good players, Pablo Mendoza, they've got Mateo Rojas, they've got Julio Gomez, and also Manuel Vergara. And boys, just look how full our youth academies actually become now. We definitely need to sort that senior squad out so we can make room for these players next year. Now, we do still need a couple of defenders, so I'm going to go to Sweden for 3 months to find a defensive-minded player. And I'm also also sending a scout to Serbia to find someone physically strong. And I don't think we've been France yet, so I'm going to go there for 3 months to try and find a technically gifted player. And this is a little update on the team, and boy has it come on leaps and bounds since the start of this season. I'm still not happy though. We need a better midfielder and a better defense. And as you can see, it's the 1st of May, so for the final time this year, let's go have a look at the scout reports. Well, I have to admit, Sweden is pretty disappointing. Serbia's delivered the goods though, with Pavel Jelavic. He's got good potential, decent overall, 17 years old. And France have given us one good player in Xavier Rio, 16 years old. He's got a market value of 550,000. Just look how full our youth academy is, and just look at the players that are waiting to go into the senior squad. And this is an updated look at the starting 11, and some of these players have shot right up in overall. Our two cams, our winger, our centre midfielder, and especially our goalkeeper, 70 rated. We are going to take League 2 by storm next year. And by the way, I want to show you guys some behind the scenes stuff. These are all the players we've actually sold and loaned out this year. Yeah, I've been busy. And in case you guys were wondering, we finished 16th at the end of season 1, but like I said, I'm really not fussed how we do in the league or domestically this year. I fulfilled what I wanted to do. I do want to show you guys some of the improvement though. Tom Young, 70 rated. Leonardo Moretti, 70 rated. Ander Gonzalez, 68 rated. And the surprise one for me, Ibrahim Barrett, 9 overall, Griffith, 64 rated. They put a shift in this year. But the hard part is done, finding the players from all over the world and trying to get them into a starting 11 and improve them as much as possible. Now comes the fun part though, growing these players, sending them out on loan, seeing their improvement, and now competing domestically and in the league. We're now heading into season 2, and as you can see, the youth academy is still full of talent. But as you can see, a lot of players have actually departed from the club, which leaves a lot of room for some new talent. So the players I'm calling up are Joaquin Martinez, fullback Dong Sung Go, and goalkeeper Matthias Winter. The rest of them can stay in there and continue to improve, and once they're ready, I'll call them up. But looking at the team, the growth from last season to now has been absolutely phenomenal, and I think this year we definitely get promotion, or at least compete for it. But obviously a lot of these players won't get game time, so I'm going to send a lot of them out on loan so they can keep improving away from the club. And as you can see, I've been busy. I've loaned out a lot of the academy players, as well as selling a lot of the remaining Crawley Town players. And you know what? For this season, I don't think I'm going to send any scouts out. I think all the players that we brought in last year are more than capable of taking us all the way to the Champions League. So with that being said, this is the team that's going to go into season 2. Last year we finished 16th with a far weaker side, so this year I'm definitely expecting us to push for promotion. Well, we're halfway through the season and we are second in the league. We're only 4 points behind league leaders Harrogate Town. We are definitely in contention for automatic promotion this year. And with us being second, I'd have expected better stats. 11 goals for our top goal scorer, 9 and 4 for our wingers, 7 and 4 for Luna, 5 and 2 for Miranda, and 4 and 1 for Barrett. But this is an updated look at how the team's progressing, and my god, the improvement in this team is phenomenal. 6 players out of that starting 11 are 70 or above. That is nuts for League 2. And one thing that's really impressed me is our loanees are all improved by at least 1. I'm dead happy about this team, man. One thing is for certain though, I am definitely expecting us to get promoted. Well, I wanted promotion and I got it. We are going up to League 1 as champions. We won League 2 by 6 points. But it's safe to say we won't be competing domestically anytime soon. We got knocked out in round 1 of the FA Cup, for God's sake. And the improvements in this team is honestly insane. We are going to absolutely storm League 1 as well. And the stats do look a bit better at the end of this season. 19 for our striker, 15 and 7 for Luna, 13 and 6 for Gonzalez, and 11 and 6 for Miranda. It's safe to say in season 1 we chose well with our players, and the results are showing it. We've won League 2 outright this season. But we have to keep this going. We're going to be in League 1 next year, and whilst it is a tougher league, I firmly believe we're going to storm that league as well. We are now heading into season 3 and we are finally in League 1. And as you can see, a lot of the players we had out on loan last year have really improved. So obviously I'm going to keep loaning players out for as long as it makes sense to. But as it stands, this is the current squad going into League 1, and honestly, when you take a look at it, we should absolutely storm this league. I highly doubt many teams in League 1 are going to have high 70 rated players all around the pitch. Now obviously I could be very wrong about storming League 1. I've been wrong about many things in the past, but this one I am certain I'm right. Well boys, we've just arrived in January and we are top of the league after 25 games. We're not exactly storming the league, but we're top of the league. I can't really complain at that. And whilst the stats aren't overall impressive, a lot of players are getting on the score sheet. 11 and 4 for Luna, 9 and 3 for Miranda, 9 and 3 for Jaspard, this straight 6 and 6 for Ferrari as well. And as you can see, I've been busy. All all of these players are currently on loan right now, and every single one of them are pretty much improving. And this is an updated look on the starting 11, and no wonder we're top of the league. This team is ridiculous. Luna is an absolute god, 83 rated already, and we're only in League 1. For God's sake, imagine what he's going to be like when we get to the Premier League. I'm just putting this out there. If we don't win League 1 with this squad, there is something wrong. While we are at the end of the season, and we stormed League 1 in the end, we have gone back-to-back game promotion as champions. And this time, we had a decent cup run, getting to round 5, only getting knocked out by Wigan Athletic. I'm genuinely so impressed with this squad. A couple of 80 rated players already, man. This team is going to be an absolute monster by the end of this video. And these stats are looking pretty good. 29 and 10 for first straight, 19 and 9 for Luna, 13 and 2 for Gonzalez, 12 and 5 for Miranda, and 11 and 15 for Ferrari. It's safe to say we're climbing the ranks of English football quite easily. Stormed League 2, stormed League 1. Now, hopefully next season we can storm the Championship. We're now heading into Season 4 with Crawley Town, and we are in the Championship after getting back-to-back promotions. And this is the team that's going to go into the Championship this season. Now, here's the thing. I don't think we're going to get promotion this season. I think we'll either get to the playoffs and fumble the bag, or we'll finish just outside the playoffs. Either way, right now, this team isn't strong enough yet. We could do with our striker improving, our centre mid, our 2 centre backs, and once that happens, we will definitely be ready for the Premier League. But as it stands, we're not ready, and I don't think by the end of the season we'll have been promoted, but you never know, I could be wrong. While we've just arrived in January and we are 3rd in the league halfway through the season, and you know what, I might stand corrected, we could potentially get automatic promotion this year. Don't get me wrong, we are joint 3rd with Cardiff City, but we're only 5 points off 2nd place Brighton. And a couple of individuals are standing out. Our striker with 15 and 2, and Luna once again with 14 and 2 as well. And believe me, I have been busy. Look at all of these players I've got out on loan, and the best part, they are all improving. And this is an updated look on what the team's looking like, and my god, this team is just something else, isn't it? Obviously, I'd like our striker and centre midfielder to improve just a little bit more by the end of this season, but the rest of the squad is just phenomenal. And as for how we're going to do at the end of this season, honestly, I've changed my mind. This team is definitely in contention for promotion. Well, boys, we just arrived in June, and we've done it. We're 2nd in the league at the end of this season, and we've officially got back-to-back-to-back promotions. Well, this year we didn't do so well in the FA Cup. We only made it to round bloody 4. And the team you're looking at right now is officially Premier League, man. What a journey it's been so far. And the stats are pretty impressive as well. 27 and 5 for Luna, 25 and 2 for our striker, 16 and 5 for Gonzalez, and 10 and 3 for Miranda. 4 years ago, we started our journey with Crawley Town, and now we have gone from League 2 to the Premier League in the space of 3 seasons. That is insane. But being in the Premier League is a different kettle of fish. We're against the likes of Man City, Liverpool, and Chelsea. So whilst this team is insane, it's going to be very interesting to see how this team copes with the Premier League standard of football. We're now heading into Season 5 of Crawley Town, and we've officially climbed the ranks from League 2 all the way to the Premier League. And the funny part is, all the players we had on loan last year are still out on loan because I sent them out for 2 years, so hopefully this season they'll grow even further and come back a baller next year. And this is the Crawley Town team going into the Premier League for the very first time. Now, there's only one concern I've got in this team, and that's our centre midfielder Romeo. He's only 73 rated, but then again, he is only 19, so he has got a lot of time to still improve. And as for where I expect us to finish, how I expect us to do, I honestly don't have a clue. The last 2 seasons, I've got it completely wrong anyway. So this year, I'm going in with no expectations. I'm just going to let the boys crack on as they are, and hopefully they do pretty well. Well, we just arrived in January, and we are 11th in the league after 21 games, and you know what? I'll definitely take that. That's a pretty good start for a team that's newly promoted and full of youth academy players. But honestly, these stats just aren't good enough at all. 7 goals and 1 assist for our top goal scorer, Miranda. And you may have just noted Luna is injured, but he's only injured for 5 weeks, so hopefully when he comes back, we'll perform a little bit better. But this is an update on what the team looks like, and honestly, this team is far better than mid-table. But like I said at the start of this season, I really wasn't expecting anything anyways. This was just a gauge to see how we'd actually do in the Prem. But by the end of the season, if we can maintain our place right now, or maybe even creep higher in the table, I wouldn't say no to that. Well, we've just arrived in June, and we finished mid-table, 12th in the league in our first season in the Prem. But we aren't doing well domestically. We got knocked out to the FA Cup in round 3 by bloody Fulham. Now, call me biased, but this team is definitely better than just a mid-table finish. And just look at the improvement from the boys. Everybody on loan has been improving. This is what you love to see. But stats-wise, it was appalling. 13 goal goals from 40 games for our top goal scorer, Gaspard Verstraete. I think we've had a reality check this year. The Youth Academy boys have been slapping every league they've been a part of, and now we're at the top division of English football. We've had our arses handed to us. So next season we need to regroup, we need to go again, and hopefully we'll get a bit better than just a mid-table finish. So we're now heading into season 6 with this Youth Academy side with Crawley, and this team literally looks insane. 91 rated fullback O, 90 rated Luna, 86 rated Ferrari, and 86 rated Young. I mean, this team is honestly on a different level. And as well as the starting 11, our squad depth is actually becoming quite decent. Our subs bench is full of it, and so is our reserves. So this year, I'm definitely expecting more than just a mid-table finish from these boys. We've just arrived in January, and this is more like it. We're 5th in the league after 21 games. But the worst news by a mile, Spurs are currently 10 points clear of Manchester City at top of the table. What the bloody hell's going on in this career mode? And once again, no one's really standing out. 9 goals for our striker, 8 and 4 for Luna, 5 and 4 for Ferrari, 5 and 2 for Miranda as well. And as you can see, I've got a lot of players currently out on loan, but the growth is starting to slow down, so I'm wondering whether it's actually worth loaning these players out every year now. But regardless of all that, this is how our team is currently lining up to finish this season off. It is literally just our centre midfielder Romeo who is letting us down a bit. Everyone else in this team is really fulfilling their potential. But regardless of that, right now we're in a very good position. We're in contention for European football, but I'm greedy. I want Champions League football, and I think these boys are more than ready for it. Well, we've just arrived in June and we choked it. We finished 6th at the end of this season and we did not get top 4. Now, I'm not sure whether that gets Europa League or what, but I know for a fact we got top 6 football, and that's a lot better than mid-table. And I don't know whether it's because we got that many attacking plays, but these stats are never that impressive. 17 and 9 for Luna, 15 and 5 for Miranda, and 15 and 1 for our striker. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think I'm loading any more players out. The growth really this season has been absolutely woeful. And to be fair, the team doesn't need it anymore. The starting 11 is insane. The subs bench is actually filled with quality. I don't think we need to do it anymore. Last year we just scraped mid-table, and this season we got top 6. I'd say that's a pretty decent improvement. But next year we got to once again up the levels. We got to continue to strive for more, and hopefully we'll get top 4. We've now entered season 7 with Crawley Town, and this team is looking insane. All we need is Romeo to improve 2 or 3 overall this year, and there's literally no reason why this team can't win absolutely every competition they enter. And last season we actually qualified for the Europa Conference League, and we're in Group B alongside Aberdeen, Bromby IF and Göteborg. And not to sound big-headed, but if we don't absolutely wipe the floor with this group, there's something wrong with this squad. We've just arrived in January and we are 6th in the league halfway through the season. But to be honest, I'm not worried. There's only a couple of points separating ourselves from 4th place Chelsea, and only 5 points separating ourselves from 3rd place United. And I'm so disappointed in Crawley. We finished 2nd at the end of this group stage, and we're in the prelim round instead of just the round of 16. And once again, our stats don't reflect the season. 13 goals for Verstraete and 11 and 4 for Luna. And I'll be real, this team should be competing for every competition they're in. The Premier League, the FA Cup, Carabao, Europa Conference League, every single one of them. And to be fair, the fact we finished 2nd in the Conference League group stage really worries me going forward. Well, we've just arrived in June and I am beyond disappointed. We're 6th in the league at the end of this season. Between September and January, we do amazing, and then after that, we just dwindle in form. And to make matters worse, Spurs have won the Premier League again. And once again, we got to the quarters of the FA Cup, this time losing out to freaking Bournemouth of all teams. And we lost to Basel in the prelim round of the Conference League. This season has been the fattest L I've taken in a long time. I don't know where we're going wrong. Every player in this team is 85 rated or above, so why we're doing so badly is beyond me. And the stats do look a bit better towards the end of the season. 7 and 10 for Romeo, 9 and 14 for Ferrari, 14 and 1 for Gonzalez, 19 and 7 for Luna, and 22 goals for our top goal scorer Verstraete. But that doesn't change the fact this season has been a massive L for us. No questions asked next season, we have to be doing better. We've got to come away with silverware, and we've definitely got to get Champions League football. We're now into season 8 with Crawley Town, and looking at this team, I think it's massively underperforming. We've got 2 consecutive 6th place finishes in the Premier League. We got to the prelim round of the Conference League, and we've yet to make the final of the FA Cup yet. I think this is the year these boys finally live up to their potential and bring us back some silverware. And we have once again qualified for the Conference League. We're in Group B alongside Trabzonspor, AGF and FCU 1948. Now last year we only managed to get to the prelim round. This year we need to win this competition, no questions asked. We've just just arrived in January and this is way more like it. We're third in the league halfway through the season and we are still definitely in a title race. And thankfully this time we have topped Group B by 2 points and we're into the round of 16. And I just think it's the formation because these stats never look good. 16-2 for Luna and 10-2 for Verstrat. And this is an update on how the team looks going into the knockouts of the Conference League. And I can't be the only one thinking this. How is this team only in the Conference League? We should definitely be in the Champions League by now. Let's just do it by the end of the season. We're rectifying that by lifting the Premier League title as well as winning the Conference League. We've just arrived in June and boys, we've done it. We're second in the league and we are finally in the Champions League. It took us bloody long enough, didn't it? And on top of that, we've beaten Real Madrid 2-1 to win the Conference League. Now, if that's not a good indication of what we're capable of, I don't know what is. Honestly, boys, right now, you could be looking at next season's Champions League winners. And these stats do look a bit better. 29-7 for Luna, 27-3 for our striker, 11-5 for Miranda, 7-12 for Ferrari, and 7-17 for Moretti. I'll be straight with you. We've taken some fat L's in the past couple of seasons, but we've returned it with a massive W. Second place in the Prem, and we've won the Conference League. But next year, we'll have to up our game even more because we'll be finally competing in the Champions League. We're now into Season 9 with Crawley Town, and we are officially in the Champions League. And to be honest, I absolutely believe this team is ready for every competition they throw at us this year. The Premier League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, you name it, we have got a very good chance of winning it. And like I've just said, we are indeed in the Champions League for the first time. We're in Group G alongside Italian giant Juve, RB Salzburg and Victoria Pleasant. Now it's got to be between ourselves and Juve, between who tops the group, because I can't see RB Salzburg or Victoria Pleasant posing much of a threat. Well boys, we've just arrived in June and we are top 4 and we're only 9 points off Manchester City. There's still a title race on here. What's really annoying me is Spurs are 5 points ahead of us though. I really don't like that. And we have officially qualified for the knockouts after finishing second in Group G. And I'll be real with you, these stats are looking pretty good. 20-3 for Verstrat, 12-6 for Luna, 9 goals for Gonzalez, and 7-14 for Ferrari. And the team you're looking at right now is the team that's going to go into the knockouts of the Champions League. And 5 out of that starting 11 and 90 plus rated, and the rest are 87 plus rated. This team has got a serious chance of winning the Champions League this year. I mean, I know for a fact this team is capable of winning this competition, but they need to prove it right now. And up first in the round of 16 is a massive test. Barcelona, the Spanish giants themselves, and their team is honestly pretty damn stacked. But they do have a bit of a shaky defense with Stones and King, and that's where I think it'll let them down. We were at home in the first leg. What's the result going to be? It's a 1-1 draw. Luna saving our bacon in the 89th minute. Let's look at it like this. If we knock out Barcelona now, I don't care who we're facing next. We've got a very good chance of beating any team in this competition. So let's get this second leg underway with a victory, Luna. Oh my god, Luna and our striker Verstrate, I love them to pieces, man. I might be eating those words as next up we've got Man City in the quarterfinals. This competition really isn't taking it easy on us, is it? But saying that, that defense isn't the best I've ever seen, and to be fair, that midfield isn't either. And also, last year we did finish above them in the Premier League, so we're going to get into this first leg and see what happened to 2-2 draw. Once again, Luna and our striker Verstrate once again bailing us out. It comes down to this, boys. 2-2 on aggregate. Who is going to go through, Manchester City or Crawley Town? Please be... Oh, there we go. Stoyanov with the 88th minute winner, and Verstrate once again 2-1. We knock out Man City and we're in the semi-final. Barcelona, Man City, and now Bayern freaking Munich. We have faced a giant from every single top league in the world, haven't we? Last year we beat Madrid to win the Conference League. We just beat Barca and Man City. Can we beat Bayern Munich in the semi-final? Once again, it is a 1-1 draw. Boys, can't we just win in the first leg and just make it easy for ourselves? It all comes down to this, boys. Who's going to go through, Bayern Munich or Crawley Town? Who's going to go to the final? But boys, oh my god, we've actually freaking done it. Moretti in the 114th minute, booking our place in the final. And in that Champions League final, we face Italian giant AC Milan. But in the Prem, we fell off big time. 6th in the league at the end of this season. We were nowhere near the title race in the end. We came so close to the FA Cup final. Bloody Middlesbrough of all teams knocked us out. And these stats actually look pretty sick. 34-4 for Verstrat, 26-9 for Luna, 16 goals for for Gonzalez, 11 and 1 for Miranda, and 9 and 20 for Ferrari. Now, normally I'd pick on a couple of individuals who really stood out, but the entire team is almost 90 rated, man. This squad is absolutely mental. And I think for the first time in a long time, I'm going to enjoy watching the boys play. I feel like this is the best chance we've got of watching AI actually play proper football. Last year we won the Conference League, and now it's time for me to watch these boys lift the Champions League. AC Milan have it on the right-hand side. O is in chase. He's come back to Dest. Dest isn't being closed down in the slightest. Dembele is all over him. There we go. There we go. Dembele showing who's boss. Romeo. Pass it. Ferrari. Oh, my God. Just freaking hit it, for God's sake, you moron. Just hit it. Hit it. Why'd you keep walking? Oh, there we go. There we go. Thank you. 15 minutes in, one of you's finally grown a brain cell, and you just freaking put your foot through it. Honestly, how many opportunities did you have to have before you actually thought, oh, you know what? We may as well just hit this. Miranda's on the ball in the middle of the park. Let's just keep the ball. There we go. Ferrari's on the ball now. See that run? See that run? Nope. I can see it a mile off. Oh, not that one. Barrett on the ball now. See that run? There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, my God, you're an 88 rated striker. Act like it. They're only hitting us on the counter-attack, and 9 times out of 10, it's just going to end up like that. Dembele's an absolute unit at the back. That's the best 45 watching the AI I think I've ever seen. Let's just keep this going till the second half ends. Owa's on the ball, go inside. Lovely, lovely. This is really nice. Keep this going, please. Oh my God, stop doing the extra pass. It looks like AC Milan are playing high press because there's not really many options for... Oh my God, if that pulls off. What a freaking ball that was. Miranda's on the ball now. He's spotted Romeo in the centre. Please, hit it. Oh, my nan. Let it go in for once, eh? See, I still don't feel safe. AC Milan only need one chance, and they're straight back in this game. Ferrari on the ball now. Miranda, Barrett, back to Ferrari. Nope. Over the top. Oh, just dink it over the defender, you donkey. 5 minutes to go, and we are lifting that Champions League trophy. We just need to hold on for 5 more minutes. That's a great ball. Oh, I think that might be it, though. I think that might be all she wrote. AC Milan have got a counter-attack, but it isn't counting. The full-time whistle's gone, and we have won the Champions League with Crawley Town, only using Youth Academy players. You have no idea how happy I am that I finally managed to do this. I've tried 6 times, and on the 7th, I finally did it. I want to thank you all so much for your patience whilst I've worked this out, but I hope it was worth it for you. And if you did enjoy this video, you should click somewhere right here to watch me rebuild QPR with only free agents.